My husband asked me to sign the divorce papers. On the same day, I found out I had 3 months to live. He didn't know about the cancer, but I knew about his plan. See, while I was building his empire, he was building my grave. But karma? Karma had other plans. Before we get deep into the story, please let me know in the comment where you are watching from. Hit the subscribe button if you are hooked in and ready to enjoy the story. Maya Thompson grew up in Atlanta. Her grandmother raised her after her parents died in a car crash. She learned early that black women had to work twice as hard for half the recognition. So that's what she did. By 28, Maya had an MBA from Spelman, a Rolodex that would make Fortune 500 CEOs jealous, and a consulting firm that quietly shaped corporate America from behind the scenes. She was brilliant, connected, powerful, but invisible. Then she met Ryan Mitchell at a networking event in 2015. He was charming, blue eyes, sandy blonde hair, that easy confidence that came from never being told no in his life. He was pitching his revolutionary tech startup to anyone who'd listen. Problem was, nobody was listening, except Maya. "You've got passion," she told him over coffee, "but your pitch is all wrong. Your market research is weak, and your financial projections are optimistic." Ryan laughed. "Sounds like I need you on my team." "You can't afford me," Maya replied. "Then be my partner. Not for money, for equity. Help me build this," and we split everything 50-50ths. Red flag number 1. But Maya saw potential. Not just in the business, in him. 3 months later, they were dating. 6 months after that, engaged. Maya's grandmother pulled her aside before the wedding. "Baby," she said quietly, "that man, he sees you as an opportunity. Not a partner, not a wife. An opportunity." Maya kissed her grandmother's cheek. "I know what I'm doing, Grandma." She didn't. The wedding was beautiful. Ryan's family showed up, all smiles, all so happy for you both. But Maya noticed the whispers, the side glances, the way Ryan's mother said, "You're so lucky to have found Ryan," like Maya had won some kind of lottery. Still, Maya ignored it. She had work to do. For the next 5 years, Maya built. She used her connections to get Ryan's startup in front of venture capitalists, got him meetings with Fortune 500 CTOs, negotiated contracts he didn't understand. Late nights, she'd draft his pitch decks. Early mornings, she'd coach him on presentations. Ryan would walk into boardrooms, deliver Maya's words, and collect the praise. Ryan Mitchell is a visionary. He's the next Steve Jobs. That Mitchell guy is going places. And Maya? She smiled from the shadows. By 2020, Ryan's company was valued at $50 million. They lived in a mansion in Buckhead, drove matching Teslas, vacationed in Santorini. From the outside, they were the power couple. But inside, Ryan started treating Maya like an employee, not a wife, not a partner. "Maya, can you handle the investor call? I've got golf." "Maya, fix the Q3 projections." "I don't have time." "Maya, talk to the lawyers." "I'm busy." When she asked for appreciation, he'd say, "Babe, we're a team. This is what partners do." But when Forbes profiled him as self-made CEO, there wasn't a single mention of Maya. When Bloomberg interviewed him about his meteoric rise, he talked about his natural business instincts. When investors asked about his secret to success, Ryan said, "Hard work and vision." That's it. Maya confronted him once. "Ryan, I built this with you. I deserve credit." He laughed. Literally laughed. "Maya, you helped." "Sure. But let's be honest. Investors don't want to hear about a consultant wife. They want to hear about me. The founder. The CEO. The face of the company." "The white man, you mean," Maya said quietly. Ryan's face hardened. "Don't make this about race. You're being paranoid." That was the moment Maya knew. She wasn't his partner. She was his tool, his secret weapon, his invisible architect. And the moment he didn't need her anymore. June 2023. Maya went for her annual checkup. Routine. Nothing special. Just a physical. But when Dr. Chin called her back 3 days later, Maya's blood went cold. "Mrs. Mitchell, your results came back. I need you to come in immediately." Hospital sounds, beeping machines. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Aggressive. Already spread to her liver. "How long?" Maya asked, her voice distant. Dr. Chin hesitated. "With aggressive treatment, 6 to 12 months. Without it, 3 to 4. The room spun. Maya was 38 years old. She'd spent the last 5 years building an empire for a man who didn't even see her. And now she was dying. Silence, let it sit. She drove home in a daze. Went straight to the bedroom. Sat on the edge of the bed. Ryan came home an hour later. Found her sitting there, staring at nothing. "Hey babe, you okay?" he asked, barely looking up from his phone. "I have cancer," Maya whispered. Ryan froze. Put down his phone. "What?" "Pancreatic. Stage 4. 3 to 12 months. And then Ryan said the words that changed everything. "How much is treatment going to cost?" Not "I'm so sorry." Not "We'll fight this together." Not "I love you." How much is treatment going to cost? Maya stared at him. "That's your first question?" Maya, be realistic. "We need to think about." "About what, Ryan? About money? About your company? About how my cancer might affect your finances?" "Don't twist my words. I'm just saying we need to be practical." Maya stood up, looked at this man she'd loved, this man she'd built. "Get out. Maya, get out." Ryan left, slammed the door. And Maya? She sat back down and laughed, a dark, hollow laugh, because in that moment she realized something. She'd been dying long before the cancer, dying in silence, in shadows, in servitude. But now she had nothing left to lose. The next morning, Maya did what she always did when she needed clarity. She started digging into Ryan's finances, his emails, his calendar, his business trips, and what she found destroyed her. Ryan had been cheating for 2 years. Her name was Brittany, 26 years old, blonde, Instagram influencer, lifestyle coach. They'd met at a tech conference in Miami. Started as networking. Became an affair within weeks. Maya found the texts. Hundreds of them. "Can't wait to see you, babe. Maya doesn't understand me like you do. Once I figure out the divorce, we can be together." But it got worse. Maya found legal documents, hidden in Ryan's office safe. The code, her grandmother's death date. Disgusting. Divorce papers. Already drafted. Already signed by Ryan. Filed for irreconcilable differences. Asset division, 80% Ryan, 20% Maya. Justification, Ryan Mitchell founded and built the company. Maya Thompson provided minor consulting services. Minor consulting services. 5 years of 80-hour weeks. 5 years of connections. 5 years of her life. Reduced to minor consulting services. But the final document made Maya's blood run cold. Life insurance policy. Updated 3 months ago. Beneficiary, Ryan Mitchell. Payout, $10 million. With a special clause. In the event of natural death from terminal illness, payout is expedited to spouse within 30 days. Ryan knew. He knew about the cancer before she did. The routine checkup she'd scheduled? Ryan had called Dr. Chen's office 2 weeks prior. Claimed to be concerned about his wife's health. Requested early access to test results. Dr. Chen's office, thinking he was a loving husband, had sent them. Ryan had known for 2 weeks that Maya was dying. And instead of telling her, he updated the life insurance policy, filed divorce papers, and planned to cash out. He was going to divorce her, take the company, take the money, and leave her to die alone. Then, after she died, he'd collect $10 million and marry Brittany. Maya sat in Ryan's office, surrounded by evidence of his betrayal. And she made a decision. If she was going to die, she was taking him with her. Not literally. No, Maya was too smart for that. She was going to do something worse. She was going to destroy him. Completely. Systematically. Legally. And she was going to make karma her weapon. Maya had 3 months. Maybe 4 if she was lucky. She wasn't going to waste them being sad. Step 1. Document everything. Maya had always been meticulous. Every email she'd sent on Ryan's behalf. Every contract she'd negotiated. Every investor she'd connected him with. She had proof. All of it. Backed up on encrypted servers Ryan didn't know existed. She compiled a 347-page dossier titled, "The Real Story of Ryan Mitchell's Success." Every lie. Every stolen idea. Every moment Maya had built his empire while he took credit. Typing sounds fast, purposeful. Step 2. Activate her network. Remember those investors Maya had connected Ryan with? Those Fortune 500 executives? Those venture capitalists? They weren't loyal to Ryan. They were loyal to Maya. She'd built relationships for decades. Ryan had been the face, but Maya was the foundation. She made phone calls. Quiet ones. "Hi, David. It's Maya Thompson. I need a favor. One by one, Maya's network learned the truth. Not from a dramatic expose. Just quiet, professional conversations. I wanted you to know, before it becomes public. Ryan and I are separating. And I wanted to be transparent about who actually built the company you invested in. Power-shifting music. Step 3. Reclaim her equity. Ryan thought he was clever putting Maya's name on minor consulting paperwork. But he'd made one critical mistake. The original founding documents, filed in 2015, listed Maya Thompson as co-founder. 50% equity. Equal partnership. Ryan had tried to dilute her shares over the years through various maneuvers. But those maneuvers required Maya's signature. Signatures Ryan had forged. Legal documents shuffling. Maya hired the best corporate lawyer in Atlanta. Not Ryan's lawyer. Her own. They filed fraud complaints. Provided handwriting analysis. Original contracts. Within 48 hours, Maya's equity was legally restored. 50% of Ryan's $50 million company now belonged to her. $25 million. But Maya wasn't done. Step 4. The health clause. Here's where it got brilliant. Maya's lawyer found a clause in Georgia law. In cases of terminal illness, a spouse's equity cannot be divided in divorce proceedings without consent of the ill party. Translation: Ryan couldn't divorce her and take the company while she was dying. He was stuck, married to a woman he betrayed, unable to access his company without her signature. When Ryan found out, he went ballistic, stormed into their home, found Maya calmly drinking tea on the porch. "What the hell did you do?" he screamed. Maya looked up, smiled. "I claimed what's mine. That's my company. I built it. Did you?" Maya's voice was ice. "Because I have 347 pages of evidence that says otherwise." Ryan's face went white. You can't prove." "I can prove everything, Ryan. Every email, every call, every connection, every idea you stole from me." "Here's what's going to happen," Maya continued, her voice calm but lethal. "You're going to sign over 75% of the company to me. You're going to publicly credit me as co-founder and chief strategist. And you're going to end things with Brittany. Or what? Or I release everything. To investors. To the board. To the media. And you become known as the fraud you are." Ryan was shaking. "You're bluffing." Maya pulled out her phone. Showed him the draft press release. "Try me." Long, tense silence. Ryan signed the papers that night. And Karma? Karma was just getting started. Day 7 after the contract signing. Ryan's biggest investor pulled out. $15 million withdrawn. Why? Maya had a private conversation explaining Ryan's business practices. The investor chose to support Maya's new venture instead. Dominoes falling sound. Day 12. 3 board members resigned, all citing ethical concerns. They'd received anonymous emails showing Ryan's forged signatures, fraudulent documents. Day 18. Forbes retracted their self-made CEO profile, issued a correction. After new evidence emerged, we recognize Maya Thompson as the true architect behind Mitchell Tech's success. Ryan's face was replaced with Maya's in the article. Satisfying beat. Day 21. Brittany posted on Instagram. "Sometimes you discover people aren't who they say they are. Ending toxic situations. Choosing myself. Sparkles." Translation: she dumped him. Turns out, Brittany was only interested in the successful CEO, not the fraud. Dark humor music. Day 25. The IRS launched an investigation into Ryan's personal accounts. Someone, Maya, had noticed irregularities in his tax filings. Offshore accounts. Unreported income. Shell companies. All documented. All illegal. Legal trouble music. Day 28. Maya launched her new company, Thompson Strategic Group. Her old clients? They all followed her. Within 72 hours, she had $40 million in contracts. Ryan's company. Bleeding clients daily. Day 30. Ryan sat alone in the mansion, the one Maya had paid for. His company was worth $8 million, down from $50 million. His investors had abandoned him. His board had resigned. His girlfriend had left. The IRS was coming for him. And Maya? Music swells. Maya was on the cover of Black Enterprise. The woman who built an empire, twice. The article detailed everything. Her story, her brilliance, her betrayal, and how she'd systematically taken back what was hers. Powerful, emotional music. Social media exploded. Maya Thompson is a queen. This is what happens when you underestimate a black woman. Ryan Mitchell is a cautionary tale. He was canceled. Completely. His name became synonymous with fraud, theft, betrayal. Month 2. Maya's cancer was progressing. But so was her mission. Ryan tried one last move. He sued her for defamation and corporate sabotage. Big mistake. The trial was public, televised. The courtroom was packed. Maya's lawyer presented evidence. All 347 pages. Every forged signature. Every stolen idea. Every connection Maya had made that Ryan claimed as his own. Ryan's lawyer tried to fight back. Failed spectacularly. Your Honor, Mr. Mitchell built this company from the ground up. With money, connections, and strategy provided by Mrs. Thompson, Maya's lawyer interrupted. As evidenced by these 1,247 emails where Mrs. Thompson literally wrote Mr. Mitchell's business plans word for word. Gasps in courtroom. Then came the life insurance revelation. Your Honor, we'd also like to submit evidence that Mr. Mitchell updated his life insurance policy to benefit from his wife's terminal diagnosis, which he knew about before she did. The courtroom went silent. The judge, a 60-year-old black woman, looked at Ryan with pure disgust. Mr. Mitchell, did you access your wife's private medical records without her consent? Ryan stammered. I was concerned. Did you update your life insurance policy after learning of her diagnosis? That's standard financial planning. While simultaneously filing for divorce to minimize her share of marital assets? Your case is dismissed. And I'm referring this matter to the State Bar for ethics violations against your counsel for bringing such a frivolous suit. Gavel bang, final and devastating. But the judge wasn't done. Mrs. Thompson, I'm granting your countersuit. Mr. Mitchell will pay $5 million in damages for fraud, emotional distress, and misappropriation of intellectual property. Additionally, all remaining shares of Mitchell Tech will be transferred to you. Mr. Mitchell will retain zero ownership. Courtroom erupts. Ryan stood there. Destroyed. Everything gone. Month 3. Maya had won. Everything. The company. The money. The recognition. The respect. But the cancer was winning too. She was in hospice now. The treatment hadn't worked. Dr. Chin gave her 2 weeks. Maybe 3. Her grandmother sat beside her bed, holding her hand. You got your justice, baby, her grandmother whispered. Did I? Maya asked, her voice weak. I'm still dying, Grandma. I still lost. No, baby. You won. You showed the world who you are, what you're capable of. You didn't let him erase you. Maya cried, for the first time since her diagnosis. Not because she was dying, but because she'd spent 5 years invisible. And only in her final months did the world finally see her. A reporter asked for an interview. Her last one. Mrs. Thompson, do you have any regrets? Maya thought for a long moment. I regret not valuing myself sooner. I regret giving someone else the power to define my worth. But do you regret exposing Mr. Mitchell? Maya smiled, weak but genuine. No, because my story isn't about revenge. It's about reclaiming my voice, my legacy, my truth. I want every woman watching this, especially every black woman, to know your contributions matter. Your brilliance matters. Don't let anyone put you in the shadows. And if they try, Maya's eyes hardened. Burn it all down, legally, strategically, and completely. Power in her final words. The interview went viral. 45 million views. Maya Thompson became a symbol, not of revenge, but of self-worth. Week 4. Maya's final week. She spent it surrounded by people who loved her. Her grandmother, her childhood friends, her mentors, and hundreds of women she'd never met. They sent letters, videos, messages. Your story gave me the courage to leave my abusive husband. I started my own business because of you. I stopped accepting less than I deserve. Reading letters montage. Maya read every single one. And she realized something. She wasn't dying invisibly. She was dying seen, heard, valued. On her final day, Maya recorded a video message. If you're watching this, I'm already gone. But I want to leave you with something. Maya on screen, weak but powerful. The people who betray you, they don't deserve your silence. They deserve your truth. Karma isn't magic. Karma is you standing up, speaking out, reclaiming your power. Don't wait until you're dying to live. Don't wait for tragedy to value yourself. Tears but strength. I spent 5 years building someone else's dream. and I spent 3 months building my own legacy. I wish I had those 5 years back, but I'm grateful for these 3 months, because I finally became visible. Maya Thompson died on October 15th, 2023, surrounded by love, surrounded by light, and her legacy. She left her entire $80 million estate to a foundation, the Maya Thompson Foundation for Women in Business, dedicated to amplifying Black women entrepreneurs, providing resources, connections, capital, everything Maya had built, now helping other women build. 1 year after Maya's death, Ryan Mitchell was bankrupt, living in a studio apartment, working as a sales associate at Best Buy. Every tech company had blacklisted him. His LinkedIn was flooded with comments calling him a fraud. He'd tried to rebuild. Failed. Nobody wanted to work with the man who betrayed Maya Thompson. Karma delivered. Meanwhile, the Maya Thompson Foundation had funded 200 women-owned businesses, created 3,000 jobs, generated $500 million in economic impact. Every business required to have Maya's quote on their wall. Don't wait until you're dying to live. Don't wait for tragedy to value yourself. Powerful montage music. 5 years later, a documentary was released, The Invisible Architect, the Maya Thompson story. It won an Oscar. Maya's face was on stamps, buildings, scholarships. She became what she always was, a legend. And Ryan? He wrote a book, My Biggest Mistake, How I Lost Everything. It sold 47 copies. Dark humor beat, because nobody wanted to hear from the villain. They wanted to hear from the hero. And Maya Thompson? She was the hero. This story isn't just about Maya and Ryan. It's about every person who's been used, erased, undervalued. Karma doesn't always come fast, but it comes. And when it does, it's thorough. Have you ever watched karma destroy someone who wronged you? Tell us your story in the comments. And remember, your value doesn't depend on someone else seeing it. You are enough. Subscribe to Charles Stories for more tales of betrayal, justice, and karma that hits hard. Because revenge is good, but karma is perfect. Thank you for watching this story to the end. If you enjoyed this story, you will surely love the next one. It's crazier, and as intriguing as you can ever imagine, so do click it out. Click on the image showing on your screen right now to watch the next one.